What if the world as you know it changed overnight? No warning, no sirens, just empty shelves, shuttered banks, and a full tank of panic. That's not science fiction. That's history repeating itself. From the Great Depression to the 2008 crash to the silent storm forming right now, the signs are all around us. Inflation is out of control. Supply chains are still broken. Interest rates are climbing. And geopolitical tensions are shaking up global trade. One small spark, and the entire system can unravel in days. And here's the thing. When that moment hits, it's too late to start preparing. You'll wish you'd hoarded the right things. You'll wish you'd taken the warnings seriously, because once the panic sets in, it spreads like wildfire, faster than you can fill a grocery cart. The good news? You're here now, which means you still have time. In this video, we're revealing 11 things to hoard right now that could literally save your life in a financial crisis. These aren't luxury items. These are essentials, practical, powerful, and proven to protect you and your family when the system crashes. Some will help you survive the first few weeks. Others will sustain you long term, and a few, they'll give you the upper hand when the world starts trading again in desperation. Before we dive in, do something that might save a life, yours or someone else's. Hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and give this video a like if you want to be part of the smart few who are preparing before it's too late. Let's get into it. 1. Rice and dried beans. These aren't just cheap pantry staples. They're survival gold. Rice and beans are non-perishable, calorie-dense, and full of protein and carbs. In times of financial collapse, when fresh food is scarce or unaffordable, having big bags of rice and beans gives you weeks, if not months, of solid nutrition. You can buy them in bulk, store them in food-grade buckets with oxygen absorbers, and they'll last for years, even decades, if stored correctly in cool, dry, and dark conditions. One of the best things about rice and beans is how easy they are to cook. All you need is water and heat, which means they can be prepared even in low-resource situations using a small campfire or a portable stove. Add a pinch of salt or some bouillon cubes, and you've got a filling, warm meal that sticks to your ribs. They also complement each other nutritionally. Together, rice and beans form a complete protein, which means they provide all 9 essential amino acids your body needs. That's rare in plant-based food and crucial when meat is hard to come by. What's more, their small size makes them easy to transport if you ever need to bug out. A few pounds in a backpack can feed a person for days. In many cultures, especially in Latin America, Asia, and Africa, these foods have sustained entire generations during war, famine, and crisis. It's no accident they've stood the test of time. Stock up on different varieties: white rice for long storage, brown rice for extra nutrition, black beans, lentils, chickpeas. Rotate your stock to keep it fresh, and always label containers with dates. The more you prepare now, the less you'll panic later. Don't overlook them. They're foundational to any serious long-term food plan. 2. Toilet paper and sanitation supplies. Remember 2020, when toilet paper vanished from shelves overnight? Now imagine that, but with no recovery timeline. In a financial meltdown, basic sanitation can quickly spiral into a health disaster. Toilet paper, soap, feminine hygiene products, and disinfectants are more than comfort items. They're essential for preventing disease. Stock up before the panic starts. Poor sanitation can lead to outbreaks of illness, especially when medical resources are strained. Diarrhea, skin infections, and even respiratory issues can spread rapidly when cleanliness becomes a challenge. You don't want to be stuck during a crisis without the means to maintain proper hygiene. Toilet paper might seem like a small thing, but it's a morale booster and a basic human need. When it runs out, stress levels go up, and health conditions can deteriorate fast. And don't just hoard the paper, consider smart alternatives. Baby wipes are excellent for cleaning up without running water and are easy to store. A bidet attachment, which hooks up to your existing toilet, can reduce toilet paper use significantly and help you stretch your supplies. Reusable cloths or family cloths can also be used in extreme cases. Just make sure you have a system for sanitizing them properly. Don't forget other critical items: hand sanitizer, bleach, gloves, trash bags, menstrual products, adult diapers, and even disposable razors. Stockpile soaps, both bar and liquid, as they're easier to store than giant jugs of body wash. Think beyond your personal needs too. Sanitation for your entire household matters. Extra supplies allow you to help others or barter during a crisis. Having a dedicated sanitation kit, separate from your food or water preps, is a smart move. Include plastic sheeting, duct tape, and 5-gallon buckets in case you need to create an emergency toilet system. Good hygiene can literally save your life when the healthcare system is overwhelmed or inaccessible. Don't take it for granted. Sanitation may not be glamorous, but it's absolutely essential to survival. 3. Canned goods. Soup, vegetables, meat, fruit, it's all shelf-stable and ready to eat. Canned goods don't need refrigeration, which is a huge bonus during blackouts or fuel shortages. What's more, they're often cheap when bought in bulk and have expiration dates that stretch several years into the future. A well-stocked shelf of canned food means you can ride out a crisis without stepping foot in a chaotic, picked-over store. Cans are durable, portable, and resistant to pests, unlike bags of food that mice or insects might get into. They're stackable and space-efficient, making them perfect for basements, pantries, or storage closets. And because they're pre-cooked, most canned foods can be eaten straight from the can in emergencies where you can't heat meals. Choose high-protein options like chili, canned tuna, chicken, salmon, or baked beans. These will give you the energy and nutrition you need when stress and physical labor increase. Don't ignore canned vegetables and fruits either. They provide important vitamins that can be hard to find in long-term storage. Look for low-sodium options or rotate them regularly if you're concerned about health. Don't forget soups and stews. They're comforting, filling, and often contain a good mix of carbs, fats, and proteins in one can. Canned pasta, ravioli, and even canned breakfast items like corned beef hash can break up the monotony of rice and beans. For kids, having a few sweet canned fruits or puddings on hand can be a morale booster. And don't forget a manual can opener. You'd be surprised how many people stock the cans, but forget that electricity might not be around to open them. Have two, just in case one breaks. Consider keeping a written inventory of your canned goods with expiration dates noted, so you can rotate your supply and avoid waste, and always store them in a cool, dry place, away from extreme heat or moisture. Canned goods are one of the easiest and most affordable ways to build up a strong food safety net. Start slow, buy extra when they're on sale, and you'll be shocked how quickly your emergency pantry fills up. 4. Water and purification tools. Water is non-negotiable. You can survive weeks without food, but only a few days without water. Yet it's the one thing people forget to stock. If the power grid fails or water systems are contaminated, you'll need clean drinking water fast. Store water in large containers. At least 1 gallon per person per day for 2 weeks is a good start. That means a family of 4 should have 56 gallons ready, minimum. Sounds like a lot, but in a real emergency, it'll go quickly. You can use stackable water storage containers, 55-gallon drums, or even clean, repurposed soda bottles. Just make sure they're sanitized before filling. Store them in a cool, dark area away from sunlight to prevent algae growth and degradation. If you're low on space, don't forget about hidden storage options under beds, behind furniture, or inside closets. But stored water alone isn't enough. You should also have purification tablets for emergencies, a gravity-fed water filter like a Berkey, or a life straw for personal use, and even small amounts of unscented bleach for disinfecting water. Just a few drops per gallon can make it safe to drink. Learn the proper ratios and write them down on a card in your emergency kit. Rain barrels can be set up to catch water from your roof, and with the right filtration system, that water can be perfectly drinkable. You can also boil water in a pinch, but that takes time and fuel, which might be in short supply. Having multiple backup options ensures you're never without this most basic necessity. In a true crisis, water becomes more valuable than gold. It's not just for drinking. You'll need it for cooking, cleaning, basic hygiene, and possibly even watering a small garden. If you've ever gone a day without running water, you know how fast things spiral into discomfort and risk. Plan ahead now so that when the taps run dry, you won't. 5. Prescription medications and first aid. In a financial crisis, Hospitals may become overcrowded or unaffordable. Pharmacies could shut down entirely. That's why having a stash of essential medications is vital. If you or your family rely on daily prescriptions, talk to your doctor about getting an extra supply. Some doctors are willing to write a 90-day prescription or provide emergency refills if you explain that you're preparing for disruptions. It may take a few appointments or phone calls, but it's worth it. For over-the-counter needs, stock pain relievers like ibuprofen and acetaminophen, antacids, allergy meds, cold and flu remedies, and any items you regularly use. Don't forget children's doses if you have kids. Medications for diarrhea, constipation, motion sickness, and sleep can also be extremely helpful in stressful times. But don't stop there. Build a real comprehensive first aid kit. Gauze, bandages, antiseptics, scissors, tweezers, medical tape, disposable gloves, alcohol wipes, burn cream, and even sutures can mean the difference between a minor injury and a life-threatening infection. If you're in a rural area or a situation where emergency services can't reach you, you may be your own medic for a while. Also consider including a thermometer, blood pressure monitor, and pulse oximeter if you care for elderly or vulnerable family members. Add natural remedies like tea tree oil, activated charcoal, or elderberry syrup, but don't rely on them alone. If possible, learn basic first aid and CPR. In a real crisis, skills matter just as much as supplies. You can watch free videos online or take a course in your area. Knowing how to clean a wound, stop bleeding, or reduce a fever could literally save a life, maybe even your own. Finally, store your medical kit in a waterproof container and label it clearly. Keep one in your home, another in your vehicle, and a smaller version in your bug-out bag. Health is one of the first things to decline during chaos, so prepare now to protect it. 6. Batteries, flashlights, and solar chargers. When the lights go out, everything changes. Suddenly, you're plunged into darkness, and something as simple as cooking or using the bathroom becomes a challenge. Batteries and flashlights become essential. Stockpile AA, AAA, and D batteries for your devices. Also include CR, 1, 2, 3, and 9V if you have equipment that needs them. Invest in headlamps so you can work hands-free, especially if you're cooking, repairing something, or helping someone in the dark. Lantern-style lights are also helpful for lighting entire rooms. But most importantly, get a solar charger or solar-powered lights. These tools give you long-term lighting and device charging capabilities, especially when fuel or power lines fail. Portable solar panels can recharge flashlights, phones, radios, and even small fans. Many come with USB ports or power banks built in, making them extremely useful in an extended outage. Also, consider crank-powered flashlights and radios as backup options that require no batteries or sun, just elbow grease. And don't forget extra bulbs for any rechargeable lanterns. Glow sticks can be handy for marking paths or signaling for help, and red lens flashlights are great for night vision. It's not just about convenience, it's about security too. A well-lit home is less likely to be targeted by thieves. Motion sensor solar lights placed around entry points can deter intruders and give you peace of mind when things get rough. Light gives you control, and in a crisis, control is power. 7. Cash in small denominations. When digital payments stop working, whether from bank freezes, cyber attacks, or power outages, cash will be king again. But don't just stash big bills. You'll need small denominations like $1s, $5s, and $10s for daily transactions. In a crisis, exact change is crucial, and people may not be willing or able to break a $100 bill. You could lose value in every transaction simply because you can't make change. Smaller bills will help you buy essentials like fuel, food, or water without overpaying. In some cases, people may begin bartering, but in the early stages of collapse, cash will still carry weight, especially in rural areas or among people hesitant to trade. Keep your cash hidden in secure spots, and don't put all your eggs in one basket. A small stash in your car, another at home, and one in a go bag can help you stay flexible and mobile when systems go down. Consider using old containers like food cans or false bottom drawers to hide cash discreetly. you should also keep some coins on hand. Vending machines, coin-operated laundries, or tolls may still be functioning, and you don't want to be stuck without the ability to make small purchases. Even parking meters in some areas still require coins. And don't underestimate how useful coins can be in street-level trades or with people who distrust digital payments entirely. In the end, having cash means independence when banks are shut and ATMs are offline. It gives you options when others are desperate. It's one of the most overlooked but powerful tools in any survival strategy, and it's easy to prepare today. 8. Seeds for gardening. When the food system breaks down, growing your own becomes a lifeline. Seeds are cheap now, but in a collapse, they'll be priceless. They represent freedom, nourishment, and long-term sustainability. With just a small investment today, you could produce hundreds of pounds of food in a season. Stock up on heirloom, non-GMO seeds for vegetables, herbs, and even medicinal plants. Heirloom seeds are especially important because they can be saved and replanted year after year, unlike many hybrid seeds which may not produce viable offspring. You're not just growing food, you're creating a self-renewing system. Learn how to store them properly in cool, dark places using airtight containers with moisture absorbers. Some preppers use vacuum-sealed bags or mylar pouches to keep seeds viable for years. Practice planting them before you actually need them. Gardening has a learning curve, and mistakes during a crisis could cost you valuable time and energy. Consider starting a small plot now, even if it's just herbs in pots or tomatoes on your balcony. Learning the timing, soil prep, watering needs, and pest control will prepare you for larger-scale growing later. Having seeds means you're not just surviving, you're rebuilding. You're producing real, nutritious food in your backyard, balcony, or even indoor containers. That kind of independence is powerful, especially when food prices soar or stores are empty. A packet of seeds today might feed your family tomorrow. And in a world where supply chains fail, a garden becomes your grocery store. 9. Fuel and manual tools. Gas, propane, and even firewood will vanish quickly in a financial crisis. If you can safely store fuel, do it now. Keep gas cans stabilized and consider propane for cooking or heating. Having a few full gas cans stored safely in your garage or shed could mean the difference between mobility and being stranded. Don't forget stabilizers to extend fuel life. Diesel and kerosene are also useful if you have compatible appliances or heaters. But also think beyond fuel. What happens when machines stop working? Manual tools like handsaws, shovels, axes, can openers, and grain grinders become incredibly valuable. If you can't use power tools or appliances, these manual items let you keep working, building, fixing, and preparing. And unlike gas or electricity, they won't run out. Having the right tools for chopping wood, building shelter, clearing land, or even doing repairs on your home or vehicle can be a game changer when everything else shuts down. Even smaller tools like a manual egg beater, a whisk, a crank radio, or a hand-powered blender can save you time and energy when power is unavailable. Keep these tools sharp and in working order, and practice using them now, not when you're already under stress. Investing in high-quality, durable tools also ensures they'll last and serve you well for years to come. In the worst of times, these humble tools can empower you to stay self-sufficient and capable. 10. Barter items. In a real collapse, money might lose its value, but bartering will come back strong. People will trade for what they need. That's why stocking up on items with trade value is smart. Things like alcohol, cigarettes, lighters, over-the-counter medicine, coffee, or even chocolate will suddenly become valuable currency. These aren't luxuries, they're survival tools in the right hands. And if you don't use them yourself, you'll likely find someone willing to trade what you need in exchange. Think about small, high-demand items that store easily and won't go bad. Single-serve instant coffee packets, boxes of tea, painkillers, disposable razors, feminine hygiene products, soap bars, toothpaste, and batteries can all become gold in a crisis. The trick is to focus on compact, widely used goods that most people won't have thought to stockpile. Even small bottles of liquor, though you might not drink, can carry major trade value for someone in distress or serve medicinal or disinfectant purposes. Consider also things like fishing gear, sewing kits, duct tape, or even basic school supplies like pencils and notebooks. People will still need to live and function even in a collapsed system. You don't need a warehouse of goods, but having a box or two of strategic barter items can help you trade for food, medicine, tools, or even information when times get tough. Barter becomes not just survival, it becomes negotiation power, and in a collapse, that can be priceless. 11. Important documents and paper copies. In a digital blackout, identity becomes a major issue. Keep paper copies of your ID, passport, insurance, bank statements, home deed, and any legal documents in a waterproof, fireproof folder. If government systems go offline or you're forced to relocate, proving who you are and what you own might be the difference between getting help or being turned away. It's a small step that most people overlook, but it could save you from a world of trouble during chaos. Think about it. If ATMs are down, banks are closed, and the internet is offline, you won't be able to pull up your records with a few clicks. You'll need proof of who you are, where you live, and what's rightfully yours. Copies of birth certificates, marriage licenses, titles, insurance policies, vaccination records, and even school transcripts can be vital if you're trying to enroll kids, claim benefits, or cross a border. Also include a list of emergency contacts, allergies, and prescriptions. You might know them by heart, but others helping you might not. Include several passport-sized photos of each family member, as these can assist in identification or paperwork. Stash a small amount of emergency cash with these documents and make multiple copies, one for your go bag, one hidden at home, and maybe one with a trusted family member. In chaos, paper can protect your identity and your future. So there you have it, 11 critical things you should start hoarding now before the next financial crisis hits. Each one might seem small on its own, but together, they create a solid foundation for survival, security, and peace of mind. The difference between panic and preparedness isn't luck, it's action, and now is your chance to act. When shelves go empty, when the grid goes dark, or when systems break down, the choices you made today will define your tomorrow. Preparation isn't fear, it's wisdom. These items aren't just for worst-case scenarios, they're practical, powerful steps toward protecting your family. Which of these items do you already have in your home? Which ones surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear how you're getting ready. Share your own tips too. This community is stronger when we learn from each other. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next survival tip that could save your life. Your future self will thank you.